Good evening, dear dreamers. Have you ever looked in a mirror and thought, what if something looked back? Not your reflection, but something else. Something that wanted to be you. Tonight's story is about friendship, loneliness, and the dark side of imagination. This one's called Whispers in the Mirror. Whispers in the Mirror. It all started on a grey, rainy afternoon when Emma Carter, aged 12, moved into the old Whitmore house with her parents. The house sat at the end of a long gravel road, surrounded by tall oak trees that whispered when the wind blew through their branches. Emma didn't like moving. She had to leave her school, her friends, and her favourite ice cream shop behind. Her parents promised things would get better soon, but all she felt was the heavy silence of a new house. Her new bedroom was painted pale blue with an old-fashioned mirror standing in the corner, tall, ornate, and slightly cracked along the edge. "Can we get rid of it?" Emma asked her mum. Her mum smiled. "It's antique." "Honey." Ads. Character. Emma rolled her eyes. That night, lying in bed, she glanced at the mirror one more time. For a moment she thought she saw movement, a shadow flickering across the glass. But when she looked again, it was just her reflection. Or so she thought. The next day, Emma's parents left early for work, and she stayed home unpacking. The house was quiet except for the occasional creak of old wood. When she passed by the mirror, she froze. Her reflection was smiling back, but Emma wasn't smiling. She stepped closer. The reflection tilted its head slightly to the side, like it was curious. Hi," Emma whispered. And then the reflection blinked, a second before she did, and spoke. "Hi, Emma," it said softly. "I'm Mira." Emma gasped, stumbling back. You can talk?" "Of course," said the voice from the mirror. "I've been waiting for someone to see me." Emma wanted to run, but there was something strangely comforting about Mira's tone. It sounded like a friend she'd always wanted. Gentle, kind, and interested in everything she said. From that day on, Emma visited Mira every evening. She told her about the move, her loneliness, and how much she missed her old friends. Mira listened, always smiling. But over time, Mira started to change. One afternoon, Emma came home from her first day at the new school. It hadn't gone well. The other kids laughed at her accent, and one boy spilled juice on her notebook. When she told Mira, the reflection frowned. "You don't need them," Mira whispered. "They don't deserve you. You have me." Emma smiled weakly. "Yeah, I guess I do." "Guess." Mira's voice darkened. "I thought we were best friends." Emma stepped back. "We are, Mira, it's just what?" The reflection's smile widened, but her eyes didn't move. "You'd rather talk to them instead of me." Emma shook her head and turned away. The mirror pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat under glass. That night, Emma woke to the sound of whispering. The air in her room was cold. She sat up, squinting, and saw her reflection moving again. Mira was waving. "Come closer," she whispered. "I want to show you something." Emma hesitated, but curiosity pulled her closer. Inside the mirror, her room looked darker, the shadows longer, the colours faded. And standing behind Mira was another version of Emma. Pale, motionless, eyes hollow. Emma gasped. "Who is that?" "That's you," Mira said sweetly. "The you that doesn't have to be lonely anymore. Come inside, and you'll never be hurt again. Emma backed away, shaking her head. You're not real. Oh, I'm real, Mira said, her voice echoing from everywhere and nowhere. I've always been real. You made me real when you wished for a friend. The mirror began to hum, glowing faintly. Emma screamed as hands, cold, glassy, transparent, reached out toward her. She ran downstairs, calling for her parents. But no one answered. The whole house was silent, except for the faint, distant sound of laughter coming from upstairs. Terrified, she hid in the living room until dawn. When sunlight poured through the windows, she crept back to her room. The mirror stood still, her reflection perfectly normal. Except for one thing. The crack had grown wider. Over the next few days, things got worse. Shadows moved on their own. Her reflection smiled when she didn't, and sometimes she'd hear a faint knock from inside the glass. At dinner one night, Emma's mum frowned. You look pale, sweetheart. Are you sleeping okay? Emma almost told her everything, but Mira's voice hissed in her ear. Don't tell her. She'll take me away. Emma froze, forcing a smile. I'm fine, Mum. That night, the whispers came again. Emma, they don't understand you like I do, Mira said softly. We belong together. You don't need them. Emma clenched her fists. No, you're just a reflection. I made you up. You made me real, Mira replied. And now I can make you mine. The glass began to ripple like water. The reflection's hands pushed through, this time fully forming. Mira stepped out of the mirror, her eyes black as ink. Emma ran, but Mira grabbed her wrist. Her touch was freezing, burning at the same time. You can't run from yourself, Mira shouted, pulling her closer. Emma struggled, remembering the words her grandmother once told her. Mirrors reflect truth, but they also reflect fear. If you stop fearing, the reflection loses power. Taking a deep breath, Emma looked straight into Mira's eyes. You're not me, she said. You're my fear, my loneliness, but I don't need you anymore. Mira screamed, her face cracking like porcelain. The mirror behind her shattered, and with a final cry, she vanished into a cloud of silver dust. Emma fell to the floor, trembling. The air grew still again. When her parents rushed in, she was staring at the broken mirror. Just an accident, she whispered. I broke it, on purpose. And so Emma learned that sometimes our fears take shape when we let loneliness speak too loudly. She found courage not by hiding, but by facing what she created. The reflection may fade, but the lesson remains clear. Moral of the story. The scariest monsters aren't the ones that hide in the dark. They're the ones we create when we stop believing in ourselves. And be careful what you create in your mind. Sometimes, the imagination that comforts you can also consume you. So, next time you look in the mirror, make sure it's really you looking back. Sweet dreams, my little storytellers. Until next time.